What is up, gamers? It's Will 777JP, and today we're diving into a hot topic that's got the gaming community buzzing: the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order chaos. If you try to snag one of these bad boys when the pre-orders drop, you probably know it was a nightmare. Sites crash, consoles sold out in minutes, and yet on launch day, there were mysteriously plenty of extra consoles at some retailers. Actually, most retailers. Sounds fishy, right? Let's break down the facts, explore why this feels so suspicious, and figure out what's going on with Nintendo's launch strategy. Stick around and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming videos. Let's set the stage. On April 24, 2025, Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders went live at major retailers like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and GameStop. The hype was crazy, right? It was unreal. Nintendo's successor to one of the best-selling consoles ever was finally here. Priced at $449.99 for the standalone or $499.99 for the Mario Kart World Bundle. But if you were one of the thousands trying to pre-order, you probably hit a wall. Literally. Websites crashed, Target had endless loading screens, and some folks, including myself, got charged for 2 consoles when I only really wanted one. Or when one was in the cart, right? I ended up just canceling everything and called it a day. Best Buy's pre-order didn't even go live on time for some people. And Walmart trapped users in virtual waiting rooms for ages. Within minutes, pre-orders were gone, sold out, vanished, kapoof. Fans took to X, calling it a disaster. One user summed it up. The Switch 2 pre-order chaos lasted about 2 hours until everything sold out. Sound familiar? This wasn't just bad luck. This just wasn't that you were bad at trying to get one. It's just retailers were overwhelmed by demand, scalpers, and possibly even bots. In fact, Nintendo fans on X got so fed up that some flooded eBay with fake Switch 2 listings to tank scalpers' prices. Savage move, but it shows how desperate things got. Why so suspicious? Here's where things went weird. The pre-order sellout fast. The pre-order sellout felt like deja vu. Think PS5 or the original Switch launch. But something didn't add up. Nintendo had been hyping the Switch 2 for months, claiming they were ready for the greatest console launch of all time, with ample inventory. So why did pre-orders disappear faster than a one-up mushroom in Super Mario? Let's look at a few red flags. Limited pre-ordering allocations. That's number one. According to Insider Gaming, retailers were warned they get limited units for pre-orders, despite Nintendo reportedly building up a huge global inventory. Why hold back stock when demand was sky high? Number two, Nintendo's My Nintendo Store used a priority invite system for pre-orders, favoring Switch Online members with at least 12 months of paid membership and 50 hours of gameplay. Does that sound fair? But invites were first come, first serve, and even some eligible fans got left out. Why not open more pre-order slots if stock was supposedly plentiful? Number three, retailer cancellations. Game, a UK retailer, I check them out every once in a while, canceled pre-order orders days before launch, leaving fans furious. No clear reason was given. An X post lit up with comments. One user called it outrageous. Meanwhile, in the US, some Walmart pre-orders were reportedly flagged as fraud and canceled, even after customers confirmed to the retailer. Kind of shady, right? And then there's Amazon, right? The biggest retailer in the world didn't even offer Switch 2 pre-orders in the US. No listing, no games, no accessories. Nada. Some speculated a distribution issue. But for a console this big, that's a head scratcher. That's real sus. Extra consoles on launch day. right? That's my next little section here. Fast forward to June 5th, 2025, launch day, right? After the pre-order fiasco, you think Switch 2s would be rarer than a shiny Pokemon. But surprise, retailers like Best Buy, Target, and GameStop suddenly had extra consoles available for walk-in customers. Best Buy opened stores at midnight, offering limited stock for the pre-order pickups and walk-ins. Target had 40 to 60 consoles per store, even at smaller locations, and some offered tickets to guarantee a purchase. Look, when I went, I was literally there for 30 minutes from the moment that I walked in with no pre-ordered it, waited 15 more minutes, and then picked up my console. A Reddit post claimed that one of the smaller Target stores got 40 consoles for launch day, not tied to pre-orders, and Walmart promised delivery by 9 a.m. on June 5th for some orders. This doesn't scream shortage to me. So why were pre-orders so limited if retailers had stock to spare? Nintendo even sent out of stock signs to retailers before launch day, as reported by IGN. If I can find that article, I will link it here. That's right? They were prepping for sellouts while knowing stores would have extra units. It's almost like they wanted the perception of scarcity to drive hype. So, what's Nintendo's game? What's the deal? Why make pre-orders a nightmare only to have consoles magically appear at launch? Why? Let's break down some theories based on facts, though. These theories that I have took me all day to think about them. But number one, artificial scarcity. Nintendo's no stranger to creating hype through scarcity, right? Limited pre-order stock makes the Switch 2 feel like a must-have. It just drives demand through the roof. Like, crazy. Ex-users pointed out that out-of-stock signs are great advertising. They scream, this thing is popular. Anti-scalping measures, right? That's another theory. Nintendo's strict pre-order criteria and retailer queue systems were meant to deter scalpers, but bots still snag units, and cancellations like games, and Walmart suggested retailers might have oversold or mismanaged stock to combat fraud. Did they overcorrect? Number 3, tariff troubles. The Trump administration's tariff, especially on Chinese and Vietnamese production, forced Nintendo to delay pre-orders from April 9th to April 24th to assess costs. Some analysts say Nintendo might be selling at a loss if the US keeps the $449.99 price, which could explain some conservative pre-order allocations to avoid oversupply. Number 4, retailer mismanagement. Retailers like Best Buy and Walmart struggle with website issues, and games cancellations show poor coordination. Maybe Nintendo sent plenty of stock, but retailers didn't distribute it well during pre-orders, leading to launch day surplus. I don't really believe that one too much, but it's a possibility. My take, it's probably a mix of these. Nintendo's playing the hype game, but tariffs and retailers' fumble made the pre-order process messier than a bomb. The extra launch day stock suggests they had more units than they let on, which could be a strategic move to keep the buzz going post-launch. So, was the Switch 2 pre-order chaos suspicious? Absolutely. The lightning fast sellouts paired with surprise launch day stock smells like a calculated move to keep us talking about the Switch 2. And guess what? It worked. We're all hyped, and Nintendo's laughing all the way to the bank. The Switch 2 is a beast. So, say some. Better graphics, magnetic Joy-Cons, battery preservation mode, and a killer launch lineup. Killer launch lineup with Mario Kart, right? And you also get the upgrades, from the Switch 1 games to the Switch 2 games, which is obviously something that motivated me specifically. We got Donkey Kong coming out next month. So even with the pre-order drama, it's no surprise that a lot of people want one. But here's the lesson for next time. If you miss pre-orders, don't panic. Check local stores like Best Buy or Target on launch day and sign up for restock alerts at places like Newegg or Costco. And maybe avoid maybe avoid game if you're in the UK. They got some explaining to do, for real. Them dudes, I don't know what the hell they were doing. But one little thing that I didn't write in my script that I wanted to speak on at the very end here is this wasn't 2020. There wasn't an issue with producing the Switch. Nintendo has been working on producing Switches too for a while, right? They wanted me to be as prepared as possible. Now, somewhere I read that Nintendo was trying to sell 20 million first year consoles. So they're definitely trying to prepare themselves for that. But I think, going back to my number one theory, it was just a hype game. It really was. When the PS5 first came out and the Series X first came out in 2020, each store had extremely limited stock. We're talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consoles at a time, right? So we didn't see the lines that we saw with the Switch 2 release for a couple different reasons. One, the weather is just nicer this time around, right? We're in summer. It was like 55, 60 degrees outside, right? When the PS5, Xbox came out, we were talking, 30 degrees, 20 high 20s. And not just the weather, but also we knew that the stock was so limited because of COVID, so people didn't want to go out the house because of COVID. And also, production was super low that we knew that PlayStation and Microsoft were going to have a hard time supplying this stuff anyway. So there was no point in going to go wait if you're already 5th or 6th or 10th in line, right? Because by the time you get there, they're going to be out after you waited how many hours to get there, right? So I really think it was hype, man. I really do. Like I mentioned, I got to GameStop 5 minutes away from my house at 10:45 at night. As soon as I got there, some dude said, do you have a pre-order? I said, no. They said, okay, go inside the store, go buy it, go pre-order it right now, and then at midnight or 11, we'll release it. I went in, took me 10 minutes. By 10:55, I had the receipt in my hand, walked outside. The line had doubled in size because now all the people that pre-ordered starting to come in, and I just waited. I waited in line for 15 minutes, and as soon as I started handing them out, it was literally you walk in, you grab it, you walk out. So the line moved pretty quick. And I came home, and I had my Switch too. So while in line, I was talking to a couple guys, and they're like, yeah, man, I pre-ordered this thing in April. I pre-ordered this thing back in May. Like, I've been waiting for months. I'm like, dude, I haven't been waiting for shit. I tried pre-ordering this thing twice. I got charged twice. I canceled the shit, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing no more pre-orders for this. But there y'all have it, man. What do you guys think about this whole fiasco and Nintendo's pre-order? Do you think like me where it was all hype and Nintendo just wanted to... And another thing too about with hype, we know Nintendo does this, right? They do this with games all the time. They'll drop a game and then at 6 months later, they'll stop selling it. Look at Mario 3D All-Star. How long did they sell that thing before they stopped selling it? Right? Pushing the price of the game up tremendously, right? What's another thing that Nintendo doesn't do? They don't do discounts. They think that by not giving discounts, it increases the value of their games. So therefore, if you're waiting for the game to drop in price, well, you know it's not going to happen, so you might as well get the game day one, because it doesn't matter if you wait 1 day or a year. It's still going to be the same price. So there's a combination of things that Nintendo is much smarter than you think they are, man. And remember, out of the big three video game console makers, Nintendo is the most profitable, y'all. They're hitting 30 to 35% profits, while PlayStation, Xbox, they're hitting anywhere between 5-10%. So they're making a killing. Also, Nintendo has theme parks, movies, the whole 9 yard. So let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.